Hey everybody, this is Melanie, and I just thought I would show you a flip through of my only completed December daily album. This is from December 2016. I was using a Simple Stories 6x8 album. So on the inside, I had added an acrylic piece from LE Studio, and this is something I think I've bought pretty much every year since then. Yes, I said every year. I have attempted December daily 2016. This was the first year I ever did it, and there's only one page in here not finished. December 2017, I attempted it, got about 4 or 5 days in, and that was it. December 2018, we spent the first week of December at Disney, so I decided to scrap the project for that year because I knew I would fail at it. So I don't have even an attempt for 2018. In 2019, I started. I haven't finished it, but it's got a lot of the bones there that I can go back and finish it at a later time. So I do have these. I have this for 2020 as well. And I just like getting them from LE Studio. So here, the cover page, I just used washi and made a tree and have a wood veneer piece on here as well. It's been so long, I don't remember where a lot of the product is from. But if I do remember, I'll let you know, even though it's probably not available. This is a printable calendar that I didn't end up doing anything with, but it's still, I like it because you can see what days of the week everything was. Here is my reason why. And then our tree. And this year I stole this idea from Retro Hip Mama, Andrea Gray. She used transparencies to make dividers for the weeks, and I really liked how that looked, so you'll see those throughout. And that's a good way if you want to be able to break up the weeks and have dividers in. These are great ways to do that. So this year I did start on the 30th because we started doing some of our Christmas things on the 30th. So this was documenting going about an hour away for the day. We went to the mall and looked at their decorations, and then we took Colin to see the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the musical. So I have that documented. I created a little shaker pocket. I think these wood veneer pieces were from the Target dollar spot at the time. And I wish they had let us take pictures in the musical, but they didn't. One thing that I've noticed on here, the quality of my pictures have changed a lot since 2016, and the little person in the pictures has changed even more. He was almost 3 here, and he's almost 7 now. So a lot of this is LE Studio. Here our elf showed up, so I have a picture of Colin going to the door to see who was at the door, and it was the elf with his gifts. And I made snowman pancakes that morning. And then here is a letter from Santa. And then we went to see Santa at Bass Pro that year. So I've got pictures of him seeing Santa walk in because we were there early to avoid a wait. This is when I first ever attempted to stamp on my pictures, and it didn't do great, but that's where some of that began. This was the year I was just getting back into scrapbooking, so it's kind of fun to see how much it's changed. Here, just a couple more pictures. I put the journaling behind the tag there, and a tag with a lot more journaling. I have some illustrated faith pieces. Our ornaments for that year, that's always a story I document. I was working on my December daily album, and he wanted to do something, so he made this little reindeer and let me tuck it in the pocket to keep it. And not every day has a Christmas story. He's watching a Christmas movie, but there's nothing super Christmassy, just cute pictures of things he was doing. Another divider for a new week. This I documented, this was 1989, so I was 5, and Santa brought us a Nintendo that year. And I hadn't asked for the Nintendo. I told my dad the night before that the next year I was going to ask Santa for the Nintendo, and then suddenly the next morning Santa had brought it for me and my dad. So that's a special memory because it was extra magical that year. Here, Colin's helping me bake. This is another favorite layout. I told a little bit about the story here. This is an ornament that my mom got me when I was 3 or 4, and it's always been one of my favorites. I baby it to make sure it doesn't get broken. I don't even think it's on the tree this year. I think it's on a shelf. And I had her tell the story of picking it up because she's told me the story so many times. I had her write it so I could include her writing and the actual story and not just what I remember being told, because I don't remember buying it. A little coffee cup clip, and I don't drink coffee, so hot chocolate. This year I used the InstaFood app and added some things like this Outback Steakhouse overlay on the pictures. Music, no pictures, just some of my favorite songs for the year. I think all of this is Ellie Studio. This one, this all goes together. So the weather changed significantly. It got super cold. So I documented that and just some of the things we were doing that day. Again, you can see that overlay. I used it a few times throughout the album. It was just an app. I'm not even sure if the app still exists, but it was just an app I used that year. Another week divider, pictures, daylight and dark of our house, and decorations. This was the first year we ever had outside decorations, so that was a big deal. Going to see, this was a house a few minutes away from us. The lights are in sync with music, so Colin loved going to watch it, and we still love going to watch it. Bah Humbug, I'm guessing, was from Ellie's Studio that year. I think most of these things were Ellie's Studio from various years. I think I bought some stuff like Black Friday that year to use. Just documenting work for both of us and how it's not always a good day in December. And then a movie night. This was my last day of work for the year. Again, I think all of this is pretty much Ellie's Studio. Documenting wrapping presents. And I don't know if I'm going to get it clear. The sagging jeans and diaper on Colin. My favorite part of this. This was just a moment. Like the details over here. Justin was teaching Colin how to throw a ball overhand. So that's kind of neat to see when that happened. We did a girls' shopping day. I documented the food because that was the most important part of the day. The journaling, I did a 2x2 insert to show some more pictures because it's IKEA and everything is super cool in there. And then a couple more pictures. And then this was my trunk coming home because I bought quite a few pieces of furniture to organize toys that year because we were getting more and more toys. And here's the divider for the last few days. Colin helping me put my first Rascog cart together. And this is just a reminder that just because the picture was taken on one day doesn't mean that's the day the picture has to go on. This picture was taken when we did the, not when we did the shopping trip. This is from the beginning of the year, or the beginning of the month, when we were at the mall, and I took the picture just because it was beautiful and saved it. I really liked this tag and wanted to use it, and it was just a filler day. So you don't, just because you took the picture on November 30th doesn't mean that's the day you have to be using it for. This was weeks later. I like this with the close-up of the hot chocolate and the numbers in the cup. Just some events at church. You can see this did not happen. I don't even know what I was going to put there, so just leaving it like that. And then Christmas with family and our little tiny people making cookies. And then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I definitely will include a lot more Christmas Eve and Christmas Day this year. But like I said, this was my first year doing this. I didn't even know what December Daily was prior to this year. So this was just me learning and getting back into scrapbooking for the first time since around the time I was pregnant with him, maybe a little bit before. I had just not made the time to do it for quite a while, so this was when I was getting back into it. So that, like I said, this is December 2016, the only completed or 95% completed album that I have, and that's okay. It'll get better. I've learned a lot of different things to help me, even if I don't get to document for several days. I have things in place that will help me be successful even if I don't finish it until January, February, or November 2021. Whenever it happens, I now know things I can do to make sure it can be successful at some point. So thank you for watching. I would love it if you liked and subscribed to my channel, and I hope you are having a great day.